Hi, I'm Regie Routman, and it is a beautiful, hot, sunny day in Seattle. And even though it's July, it's the end of July, I'm thinking about the start of school, and I'm sure you are as well. In fact, I'm working on a blog right now on kind of a smart start to the first days of school for Stenhouse. And some of you may know that I have a new book with them, and I'm going to just hold it up in case you haven't seen it yet, Literacy Essentials. I've been thinking a lot about starts because I think everything is about the tone, making kids not just feel welcome, but that we actually see them. I was just reading a book where I know in some African countries, instead of saying, "Oh, nice to meet you," they say, "I see you." And that really resonates with me because I think so many of our kids feel invisible. So think about what we want kids to come away with the first days and weeks of school. Is it a set of rules? Is it a whole syllabus of what we're going to be teaching? Or is it, wow, this teacher gets me? She's so excited about reading, and I'm excited about it now. And so, one of the very first things that I would share, if I had my own classroom now, but this is my reading log. Many of you know that I keep a reading log, and this is my July reading. I have YA fiction, nonfiction. That book on the bottom there, Never Again, if you haven't read that, oh my God. And this is how I would be with the kids. If you're a middle school or a high school teacher, this is incredible. This is by a brother and sister that survived the Parkland, Florida shooting. And they've written a book, and it's a very wise book, but what a great writing model if you're a middle school or a high school teacher. So I'm going to be sharing my excitement about reading. The last book that I finished, and I'd probably bring this in, even if it was a kindergarten class, just finished reading this called What the Eyes Don't See. And this is about the Flint water crisis, and it's written by a pediatrician. And I was very struck by her line, her title, What the Eyes Don't See, because what she's saying is that the eyes don't see what the mind doesn't know. And I thought a lot about that. I think sometimes teaching's a lot harder than it has to be because we we're seeing the kids in front of us, but we don't know them. We don't know how to reach them, and that's so important. So think about this. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be August and I've got to get back. I've got to get those bulletin boards up. What if you only put up one bulletin board? Think about the message that would give to the kids, one welcoming bulletin board, and then you say to them, you know what, this is our classroom this year. It's not my classroom. And so think about, where do we want to put up our stuff about writing? Where do we want to have our stuff about reading? And really begin to share the power on the very first day so that kids know that their opinions matter, their voices matter. I recently had a conversation with a high school graduate that made me kind of sad because she was an A student, but she graduated without a passion for learning. And when I was talking to her about, you know, why was that? And I asked her, how much choice did she have? For instance, if she had an assignment and there was a rubric and there were lots of rubrics, did the kids get to co-create the rubric with the teacher? And her answer shocked me because this is a very good high school. It's where I live in Seattle. And she said, no, that never happened. So, everything was about what the teacher wanted the kids to do. And from my way of thinking, not enough choice in terms of how do we want this to look? What are our requirements here? What are our standards of behavior? And writing those together. And I would say also on the first day in the first week, tell some stories. Let yourself be known. And a great way to do that is just through writing, just, on a smartboard or just so that the kids can see it. Project your writing about what you did this summer, something that particularly impacted you. Um, Today I made a fruit tart, and I'm actually sitting here with a colleague and friend of mine, Gail Boucher, who is helping me learn how to do Facebook Live better. And that support's really, really important. And I would let the kids know, just like Gail has let me know, you know, if you put your best effort in, I'm not going to let you fail. I'm going to be here for you. And I want those kids to leave thinking, wow, this is going to be a great year for me because I'm going to have, my voice is going to matter. I'm going to have choice, including in the academics that we're doing. We want to incite the intellect and not bore kids. And so I really believe that very, very important that we have something akin to Genius Hour where kids can investigate topics that they're curious about, just like I do. I go in and I share my passions, which about why is it that so little has changed in education that we have so many kids that are not doing, not meeting their potential. So I called this little uh, video, which I'm still learning how to do, Facebook Live, Heart Start, because I want kids, I want to not just connect with their minds. In the beginning, I especially want to connect with their hearts. Do they feel safe here emotionally, physically? Do they feel valued? Do they feel respected? Does the classroom library have books that honors their culture, their backgrounds, so that they can hardly wait to come back to school the next day? So I think we're at 6 minutes. That's longer than I had intended to talk. And I hope that you are out wherever you are in summer enjoying some really wonderful weather. And let some of those bulletin boards go. Kids can help you with that. Okay, see you next time. Okay, all right, so it's the same.